Boys and girls, we've been talking about matter, and more specifically, we're talking about solids today. And what I am going to do is I am going to be using a Mr. Sketch marker and going to be talking about how I can observe this. Now, the last time we were on Canvas, we talked about using our five senses as scientists to help us make observations. So we could say what we see, what we hear, what we feel, what we taste, and what we smell. But we know a lot of times when we're observing things as a scientist, we don't taste them because it's not safe. But if I were just to use my sense of sight, it's the one that we use most common when we're observing things, I could say that this Mr. Sketch marker is the colors. I could say the colors. The colors are blue and white. So the marker is actually blue, but if you see, it's got white writing on it. Okay, so I could say the marker is blue and white. Oh, and down at the bottom there, we've got white as well. I could say that the shape of it, it's kind of like a cylinder, right? Shaped like a cylinder, because definitely looking at that end, we know the ends of cylinders make the shape of a circle, okay? And it rolls. I could show you it rolls like a cylinder. All right, so those are things that I can definitely see. A lot of times I talk about color and shape when I'm looking at something. Then I could also talk about how it feels, okay? So it feels pretty smooth, like on the edge of the cylinder of the marker. But then I could also say it's kind of rigid. Rigid means it's not smooth, like down here with the cap. And it's not smooth right there because that's what holds the cap in its place. So that I would call that rigid. Even listen, it like makes, ooh, I could make that observation. Not using hearing right now, but I definitely could. And love Mr. Sketch markers because I could definitely say it smells like blueberries. Okay, but that would be using my sense of smell and my sense of hearing. I'm really just focusing right now on sight and what I can see and feel. Another one that we talk about when we're observing solids is its flexibility. Its flexibility, all that means is can it easily bend or not? So this marker is not flexible. It cannot bend. Unlike this piece of paper, which is definitely flexible. Okay, so flexible means it can bend. If it's not flexible, it can't bend. Now, obviously, I could break it in half, but that wouldn't be bending it. So I would say the marker is white and blue. It is a cylinder shape. It's smooth, but it's also rigid at the bottom of it. I would also say that it is not flexible. So you'll see how I wrote that down on the next thing. I want you to find an object that is a solid. Last time when I was telling you to use your senses, I didn't necessarily say what kind of object you needed to grab. So this time you're going to grab a solid and you are going to tell us, just like I did, and you'll see my sheet, you're going to at least tell us four things. You're going to tell us its color and its shape, things that you can see. And then you're going to tell us how does it feel and is it flexible or not. If you want to tell us about what it sounds like or what it smells like, that's fine too, but you don't have to today. So look at the four things that I wrote down about the marker down below, and then you're going to tell me those four things about your object. So tell me what your object is, what is its color, shape, what does it feel like, and is it flexible? Can it bend? Yes or no?